Breaking news coming out right now in the world of hip hop. Reports are saying that Drake's Toronto mansion has been targeted for a drive-by and a security guard has been shot and is now in critical condition. What's going down, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another stream. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. There is a lot of stuff going on in the world of rap beef as we speak. As I said, there was this drive-by shooting. Drake's OVO store in London was also vandalized. It looks like it was probably by Kendrick fans. And Metro Boomin is now being exposed for a vault of incredibly disturbing tweets that he scrambled to delete last night. We're going to look at all of these things here today in this stream, starting with the drive-by. So let's just play this video here. This is coming from CTV News. And we're going to play the news report coming out of Canada. We're over here on my side, so finally something I could speak to in a local sense here on the stream. Let's see what they're saying over in Toronto.
Of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and I'm pleased to be here today. I know.
Sorry, their audio's fucking up. Let me run it back.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Inspector Paul Krofchek of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and I'm pleased to be here today. I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred.
See, they don't even want to name Drake in this, by the way. Like, guys, just knowing the way Canada operates, just knowing the way that Toronto operates, they do not want to be known for this type of shit. Let me tell you, man, Toronto was known for enough bad things. I think Toronto has been very proud to have Drake as sort of their ambassador up until now. And I kind of saw this coming. I kind of felt like they would probably not fuck with this. I don't think he's even going to name him while he's speaking here because they probably don't even need that type of press.
We have individuals who obviously performed this shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early.
What?
But as we get information, we will share it with you.
You can't speak to a motive. Kendrick just dropped a song with his fucking address on it. Kendrick said he's going to raid the house. What do you fucking... Bro hasn't been listening to the diss tracks. Why do I know more than the police and I've been listening to diss tracks? Like, bro, what do you mean there's no motive? I know you can't jump and say, hey, Kendrick Lamar shot up the house. But don't tell me there's no motive, bro. The embassy is getting raided too. It's only a matter of time. Where the fuck is bro standing outside of? Exactly. Don't tell me there's no motive, bro. That's crazy.
Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers.
Oh, yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to call Crime Stoppers. Kendrick feds. I have the info. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as be canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions.
Is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
Drake's team is cooperating with the investigation, it sounds like. If I was Drake, I wouldn't be home right now. I mean, shit, dude, listen. I know dude's got security. I know dude moves like the president. But like I was saying on the last stream when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, dude, if I'm sitting in a house, like imagine if I'm sitting in this place, right? And somebody drops a threat against me and the cover of it is a picture of my place from the outside. I would be fucking uncomfortable, bro. Like, seriously. I don't care how tough people want to act. If somebody is sending you pictures of your house, if somebody keeps talking about coming into your house, you're going to be uncomfortable whether you got security or not, bro. And that's why I feel like this is escalating too much. If I was Drake, dude, I wouldn't be sitting at home right now. I would be out somewhere enjoying my money. That's what I keep saying over and over again. What are you sitting around in Toronto for? You're rich. Act like it. Go to Dubai. Go to Greece. Go to Turks and Caicos. What are you fucking around in Toronto for? Drake's the only rapper who never left his hood. People think Canada is sweet too. That's the thing. I keep telling you guys this and you don't listen. Bullets fire in every location. Bullets don't discriminate. A gun will shoot in Toronto just like it will shoot in Compton, just like it will shoot in Japan. It doesn't fucking matter where you're at. If you got people who don't like you, and the thing about Canada too is they have gun control only for the good citizens. Meaning, it's not like there's no guns. Only the bad guys are allowed to have guns here. That's the other bad thing about fucking Canada, bro. You're not allowed to defend yourself, which is one of the main reasons I fucking don't rock with Canada, because you can literally go to, if somebody breaks into your house in Canada and you shoot them, you can go to jail for it. There have been instances where people get acquitted. Like there's the one guy recently who they broke, I think it was in Toronto. They broke into his house. He shot and killed the guys, 2 guys, and he got off. But that's a very rare case because our laws, there's no self-defense in Canada. You are expected to sit here like a fucking goof and wait for the police to come. My point is this. Drake needs to get the fuck out of Toronto right now. Drake needs to go somewhere where nobody knows he's at, and he has the resources to do it. Why are you still in Toronto? You're going to get killed. I don't think I could say it in any plainer language. Get the fuck out of Toronto now. Let's keep going.
To what extent is the rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation focus?
So I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time. And so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation, okay? Like, it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
Still in serious condition. Have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that fled?
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition. And I'm not going to just.
About the nature of the where shot?
No, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys been doing your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of?
Yeah, there's got to be video. These reporters are asking the right questions because so far this dude is giving nothing. It is pretty suspicious how he's sort of like the dude says he's going to answer questions, but he's not giving any info. It is suspicious too that we already don't have a video of this. I mean, dude. Imagine the amount of cameras just on the Drake property. How many different angles they have. And to set the scene too, like for anybody, again, like living out here, I know people who've like driven by and all this stupid shit. Like I would never do some shit like that, but I know people who've driven through the neighborhood just to kind of see what's up over there. Drake has security outside of his house 24/7, standing outside. So that's what happened here. These dudes did a drive-by. It's not like you could shoot at his actual house. It's fenced off from what I understand. It's fenced off, and he has dudes standing outside of the fence to, you know, if a car pulls up, to tell them to leave, if, you know, just to direct traffic, do whatever. So these dudes went down Bridle Path, it sounds like, and they shot at the fence, which is completely fenced off around the house, and they shot and almost killed a security guard. So that's just sort of setting the scene for anybody who may not have seen the pictures and stuff, which is, I mean, poor fucking guy. Like, the dude's probably like, what they say fuck me for? You know, this dude's just chilling. But again, when you're security for people in beefs like this, you are putting your life at risk. I mean, you know, you shouldn't be. I don't think it's even that fucking serious. But I guess you are.
I would be surprised if we didn't.
He's speaking on the video now.
Very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys been doing your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video along with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
Suspects plural.
So there is video already. Who the fuck's calling me now? Don't call me. Don't call me on stream, motherfuckers. So there is video evidence that has been collected that they're looking at now. That video is going to be leaked, I would say, in the next couple hours. I will check Twitter here during the stream to double check. But yeah, whoever did this is stupid as fuck. If you actually think about it, they're about to get caught real quick. Especially if it's Kendrick fans. You got to be really fucking stupid. I mean, to actually shoot at somebody over a rap beef, this to me is ridiculous. And it's funny, I was saying this on the stream the other day. I was saying, I hope this shit doesn't start getting violent. And what did you guys tell me? Oh, Kendrick doesn't have shooters. Kendrick doesn't have shooters. Drake doesn't have shooters. These guys aren't tough. This isn't going to escalate. Let me tell you something about this whole thing about being tough. When you have hundreds of millions of dollars, you don't have to be tough. You know, people are looking at these guys and they're assessing, you know, like they're assessing the damage they're capable of doing based off the individual. People look at Kendrick Lamar, they see a midget. You know, they see a non-threatening guy with no criminal record, so they think he's got no resources to get somebody touched. Let's not get confused. You don't need to be tough to get somebody touched when you have hundreds of millions of dollars. You don't need to be tough to get somebody touched if you have $100,000. And these dudes are a lot richer than that. I mean, let's not, you know, you look at all these dudes throughout history. You look at these mob bosses, these mafia bosses. Okay, there's John Gotti. He was a big guy. Most of these dudes were not big, intimidating people. Most of the people who've killed the most of the people who've gotten people touched, who've sent hits, who've had drive-bys done, are not tough. Like, it's not about you being tough individually. That's what the problem is. I think people think this shit is sweeter than it is because these dudes are not imposing. Nobody's scared of Kendrick. Nobody's scared of Drake. I would say that I think that's pretty fair to say. Nobody's scared of these guys. Like, they're not intimidating to anybody. But it's not them who's going to get their hands dirty. So they don't have to be tough. Again, people say, oh, it's in Canada. No beef is going to happen. You think bullets don't fire in Canada? You think if I take a clip from Buffalo and I drive it over the border, the clip's going to jam? I mean, what the fuck? I just don't get it. I don't get the logic. There is potential for people to get touched all the way across the scenario. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter who you are when you have the type of money these dudes are dealing with. So, you know, it is definitely a possibility that this could be coming from Kendrick's camp. Obviously, I'm not going to jump on live and say that as a fact because that's not confirmed. But let's not get confused. There is 100% potential for either one of these guys to have somebody from the other camp touched without them being tough, without them being threatening, or without them really doing anything at all. The other thing is, too, they would probably never get caught either. You know, the level to which you are held accountable for your actions is directly related to how much money you have. So that's why you'll see somebody doing a crime and you can't nail them down, you can't get them to court, you can't arrest them for it, and then somebody with less resources would get arrested for the same crime, quickly put away and locked up in jail. is because life is not fair. You know, like we pretend life is fair and we pretend life is equal. It's not. Okay? So when you have a lot of money, the rules are different for you. That is what I think people are forgetting. Let's watch some more of this statement.
Three or more.
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as a drive-by shooting?
Already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said suspects plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as a drive-by shooting, or more specifically, you can stop and open fire?
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene.
Are you in touch with law enforcement elsewhere, like Los Angeles in the United States?
That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone? Were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
Then why are you holding a press conference, you fuck? What day is it, sir? I don't have that information. Is the sky blue, sir? You know what? At this time, it's too early in the investigation. I don't have that information. Get the fuck off the stage. I want information. You better come up with something, motherfucker, because guess what? Drake is the only fucking guy making your city look good. Who the fuck wants to go to Toronto? Nobody. Nobody. Who even knew what Toronto was before Drake? Nobody. You better protect this motherfucker. The fuck is wrong with you? Absolutely fucking sickening. You better fucking get the goddamn National Guard on that motherfucking street and come up with some goddamn answers now. Because your city, sir, does not have anything else going for it, bro. Toronto is... Let me just not say it, because every time I talk about Toronto, people get mad. Let me just not even go there right now. Look, Drake Toronto tourism. Let's look at this right now, just so you guys can understand how important this dude is to the city. This article here, experts find that Drake is responsible for 5% of Toronto's economy. 5% of the city's economy comes from this dude. I mean, you motherfuckers better get your asses in gear, because I don't think you can afford to lose that. I don't think you can afford to lose the biggest celebrity to ever come out of your city. What you can see, though, is that the tone has changed. And again, I can speak to this being from out here. The reason that Toronto has championed Drake to the level that they have, and they've put him up and they've accepted him as their ambassador, is because of this. It's because in the beginning of his career, I would say the first 5 years even, Drake played it sweet. Drake played it really, really sweet, probably all the way up until Scorpion. And that's what Canada likes. The thing about Canada is they will not champion any celebrity, period, unless they are incredibly humble, or unless they appear incredibly humble. The second you have an ego in Canada, the second you try to do it American style, really. The second you try to do it American, you try to be like Kanye, say I'm the greatest, fuck you. You try to be like, Howard Stern, fuck everybody, I'm the best. Canada doesn't rock with that. The only people Canada holds up are hockey players. Because hockey players go play their games and they shut up and go home. They're humble to the highest degree. They have nothing to say. Canada will never support anybody who doesn't want to basically be incredibly humble. So they championed him as he was coming up, and they accepted him as their ambassador because he was playing it sweet. You got to remember, before 2018, Drake leaned into the nice guy thing. He even said on Scorpion, "Lucky for you, I've settled into my role as the good guy." got to pay attention to the wording there. I've settled into my role as the good guy. I don't think Drake was ever the good guy. I think Drake is smart. That's what I think. I think he's incredibly smart. He knew that coming from this country, you got to play it humble or you're not going anywhere. I think after a certain amount of years, he dropped the whole facade. And now I think we see the real him. I think the Drake that we see today is the person that he always wanted to be, but couldn't be. Banging every woman left and right, doesn't give a fuck. He's a fucking dog. He's talking about doing drugs, fucking throwing money on your bitch. Like, that's the real Drake. And I would say that's every rapper. Kendrick too. Kendrick wants to sit here and act sweet. Let's not act like this dude wasn't drinking brown liquor, fucking all kinds of women, cheating on his wife like a dirty dog. He's a racist, but he sleeps with white women. You know what I mean? He claims he hates biracial people. He has a mixed race child, 2 mixed race children. The guy's a fucking backwards fuck. All of these rappers are. That's really the truth. My point is this. The second we started seeing the real Drake, I think Toronto started to regret putting this dude at the, like, oh shit, we're promoting this guy? Because the second you start talking about, fuck you, I'm rich, I got 100 women, I'm a fucking dog, I pop pills, Canada just backs up. The average Canadian does not fuck with that shit. I'm here to tell you guys now. They don't fuck with it. So that's what we're seeing here now. I think these guys are like, bro, we let this dude get rich. We let him build one of the biggest houses in the city, and he's making us look fucking stupid. That's what I think Toronto's is like now. That's the vibe I'm getting now, because he kind of is. This is not good. Like, this is not, if I was the mayor of Toronto, I would want this guy out of my fucking city, because he's bringing a lot of heat to the city now. Whereas before, he was bringing nothing but positivity. Like, I don't think you guys understand how big it was to have the CN Tower in Toronto on the cover of the Views album for the whole world to see. Like, again, I know it sounds crazy, but we are not represented in that way, especially for hip-hop fans. We are not represented. Canadian hip-hop fans. Canada, period, is not represented in this game at all. So it's a first. It's a big thing. But I think now a lot of people are wishing it wouldn't be. That's kind of what I'm starting to think.
Did it look like the security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
Don't know at this time.
You said you have video capturing the incident,
Yes.
the actual shooting,
Yes.
and you can't give us a description of the vehicle
Nope. Not at this time.
because you don't want to release it? Or you
No,
don't-
because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct? So we, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
Man, what the fuck is up with these security cameras being so grainy? Like, my camera's better than most fucking security cameras. Come on.
You mentioned that the shooting occurred outside the gates, but there are markers inside near a garage, and there's an area cordoned off there. Would shell casings have gone that far? Why would that be?
I haven't even walked up to the scene, so I can't comment.
Do
Oh,
know
thank
how
you.
many- do we know how many shots were fired?
No, that's going to be part of the investigation.
Bro,
Can't
shut
comment.
the fuck up, you clown. Most useless fucking press conference ever. Bro answered 0 questions. For anybody just joining, Drake's Toronto mansion was the target of a drive-by shooting. This happened in the early hours of this morning. A security guard was shot and critically injured. He was immediately rushed to hospital, and he is now in hospital in critical condition. Very serious. This is very serious, dude. You know, if I was Drake, I would be out of there. You know, if I was him too, I really would have never built a mansion in Toronto. Look, I got to say this. I truly, truly do applaud the fact that Drake got really, really famous in America and he didn't leave Canada. I applaud it because he's showing solidarity with where he's from, and every Canadian celebrity that we have who gets famous in Canada completely disowns our country. Who gets famous in America completely disowns our country. A lot of people might not know The Weeknd is from Canada. The Weeknd is from Toronto. He got famous and ran away. Justin Bieber is from Toronto. He got famous and ran away. These guys get famous and run away. So I got to applaud Drake for not getting famous and running away. But why would you want to have a house in the city that you're born? Like, I don't want to be going to the fucking store. I'm sure this doesn't happen. I'm sure he sends people out for him. But why would I want to be driving around and see somebody I went to elementary school with next to me? Like, I fucking drink liquor to forget about elementary school and forget about middle school and forget about my fucking childhood. Why the fuck would I want to be around people I grew up with and shit? Fuck that. You know, I don't understand it. If I was dude, I would get the fuck out. That's what I would say. I got to pull this up too. Check this out. So this is new information that's coming from Twitter. Of course, all the information is from Twitter. So this says The Weeknd's manager Cash XO's mansion in Encino was shot at last week, and a security guard got hit. This morning, a security guard outside of Drake's Toronto mansion was shot. OVO and XO are at war and beefing. Oh, you know what? That actually makes a lot more sense. I think this is actually a part of the beef that a lot of people are sleeping on and that a lot of people aren't realizing. And I think this is partially Drake's fault. And here is one of the main holes in Drake's disses that he's been releasing lately. Drake is spending a lot of time talking about people that nobody knows who they are. For example, Drake had a ton of killer lines directed at The Weeknd's manager, Cash. He bodied this dude on Family Matters, and he bodied him on push-ups. The only thing is, nobody knows who Cash is. How many people know The Weeknd's manager by name? Nobody. Nobody cares about The Weeknd's manager. So those parts aren't getting the publicity like the rest. The thing is, though, this is local beef in Toronto. So if XO's got shooters, which, again, that's fucking funny to think. Shooters singing falsetto and shit. Like, The Weeknd having shooters is a crazy thought. But if XO does have shooters, they are in Toronto and California. Same with OVO. The idea, though, that OVO would send a shooter to Cash XO's mansion in Encino to shoot doesn't sound likely. I don't think Drake's sending shooters for nobody right now. Or really at all, especially The Weeknd. I don't buy that. But it would make more sense than it being Kendrick's guys. Here's what I'd say. I would say this shooting is one of two things. It's either Kendrick fans / supporters and Drake haters, because we all know Drake haters are crazy. Like, I think Drake haters actually need to be studied. I've never seen the level of hatred towards an individual like I've seen with this person. I can't understand it. It is what it is. So it's either his haters who are crazy. It's like a sickness almost. Like they are obsessed with this person. Or it could be XO. I think those are the two most likely scenarios. It's Kendrick fans / Drake haters who shot. Or it might be XO. I don't know, man. I mean, the sad part is, too, the shit is so crazy right now. Like, shit is just so generally insane right now that it could actually just be a coincidence that the Weeknd's manager's house was shot at. It could literally just be a coincidence because people are that crazy. And I kind of have felt this coming. You know, when Kendrick said in Meet the Grams that Drake's house is going to get raided, it's only a matter of time. That line hit because with the amount of anger and frustration in the world lately and the amount of hatred, especially towards these people, it's kind of hard to fathom that, like, nobody has attempted something. You know, I mean, I don't want them to. I'm just saying it's really hard to fathom that nothing has been even attempted yet. If there's a dude that you hate who is living such a lavish life, that is how people die. You know, that's how Young Dolph died. That's, you know, how many people have fucking died just because they're rich and popping? Young Dolph was literally shot for nothing. Young Dolph was just shot because he was rich and famous. He didn't do shit. Okay, he had a beef with Yo Gotti. Okay, that's great. That beef was fucking centuries old. That beef was centuries old. And the fans, why are you involved? When you go to jail, do you think Yo Gotti is putting money on your books? Like, come on, man. Yo Gotti doesn't know you, bro. Kendrick doesn't know you. Let's go back to the Kendrick song. He is not your savior. I don't care who you fuck with. That man, that rapper is not your savior. The idea that somebody would shoot and do jail time for a rapper, that's mental illness. I mean, that is fucking insane to me. That you would kill somebody because a rapper doesn't fuck with them. Like, it's getting too intense. And that to me is what's ruining the fun of this beef. It spoils it. Especially, I think the fans have ruined this beef in a lot of ways because these two fan bases are insane. I would really genuinely say Kendrick fans and Drake fans are the craziest motherfuckers on Twitter. You motherfuckers are insane. And I've never seen something like this. It's literally like the Swifties in a hip hop version. Like, you guys are fucking nuts. Even if I mention Kendrick, if I say one thing, I literally said on my last stream, Kendrick did one of the greatest diss tracks of all time with Meet the Grams. That's the level of props I gave Kendrick. And still, when I criticize one little thing about Kendrick, my comment section, you should see the comments I get for even criticizing one of these guys to the slightest degree. And then you flip it around and you say, one positive thing about any rapper. One positive thing. All the fans of the other rapper say you're dick riding. The fans have kind of spoiled this in a way because you can't say shit. Anything positive is dick riding. Anything negative, you're a hater. You have no say in the conversation. You don't know anything. Ba, 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 ba. It's not that serious. That's kind of what I'm trying to put. Like, it's not that serious. It's definitely not serious enough to be shooting at motherfuckers. I mean, come on, bro. Let's see what else we can find. This is crazy, dude. This is definitely insane. So Drake's security guard seriously injured at shooting at Toronto mansion. I do wonder if he's home. There's no way he's home. There's no way this motherfucker's sitting at home right now. Not a chance, dude. And if he is, he better get the fuck out. So look at this, though. This report came out less than 1 hour ago. It says a guard was shot inside Drake's home. Bro. What do you mean he was shot inside Drake's home? They got inside? Let me tell you one thing. That pisses me off. And you know why that pisses me off? Because dude has a son in that house. Like, Kendrick. If this was Kendrick, he's an absolute hypocrite. And I'll tell you why. On Meet the Grams, when Kendrick got up on his high horse, which is usually where he stays, that's where Kendrick spends a lot of time, on his high horse. He does a superiority complex and he has a God complex. He thinks he's better than others. That is one thing about Kendrick Lamar even his fans should admit. But when Kendrick got up on his high horse for Meet the Grams and he got on his judgmental high horse, his main judgment was Drake has people with criminal records in his house on his team, and Drake has a son in there who shouldn't be around those dangerous people. He said, how dare you, Drake, put your son around offenders? How dare you put people with criminal records around your child? That child doesn't deserve to be unsafe in this way, right? That's what Kendrick said. Now you got shooters inside the house? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If this was Kendrick, how are you about the safety of children if you're having a house shot up where there's a child inside? That's not okay. I don't give a fuck how you fans try to spin it, because here's the thing about Kendrick. And this is the best part of the Drake diss that he pointed out. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go get him a Grammy right now. Is the truest statement I've ever heard, because Kendrick Lamar can do no wrong. Kendrick Lamar can do no wrong. So even if he is behind this, the fans will still support him. Kendrick is the golden child. He's the industry darling. He uses the struggle, racial struggle, and racial stress to make money and to capitalize and to shift public perception of him. That's what Kendrick Lamar does. That's who Kendrick Lamar is. So, you know, he put himself as the golden boy, and now he can do no wrong. I would be very curious to see, if it came out to be Kendrick, what these Kendrick stans will say, because that's really what they are, is stans. They can't admit anything negative about Kendrick. I would be very curious to see what they have to say. Let's read a little bit more. This report just came out. A security guard at the mansion of Canadian hip-hop artist Drake has been seriously injured. The victim, an adult male, was rushed to a Toronto hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries following the shooting on early Tuesday morning. Police told reporters on Tuesday that investigators had little information and were studying surveillance footage from leads. The assailant was reportedly spotted fleeing the area in a vehicle. Drake, whose legal name is Aubrey Graham, has in recent sparred publicly with the California rapper Kendrick Lamar in a series of quote-unquote diss tracks. Canadian news doesn't even know what the fuck a diss track is. They're like, diss tracks. Yeah, dude, this is crazy. So it looks like, again, this new report from The Guardian says a guard was shot inside Drake's home. For anybody just joining, it looks like the embassy was raided, potentially. We have to remember, on Meet the Grams, Kendrick said the embassy, which is the name of Drake's house, that he has on a plaque outside, he said it was going to get raided. And here we are. I got to say, man, again, I'm going to stand my ground on this one. I think that violence from rap beef is lame. I think it holds us back. I think just anybody in this, anybody who likes hip hop, I think violence and rap beef holds you back, because I think rap has a bad enough name already. You know, that's honestly what I would say. If Kendrick is so, you know, especially Kendrick, because he's so hyper obsessed with holding up the culture. He's so hyper obsessed with the way the culture is perceived. You are not making the culture look good by doing this, bro. You're making people say this is typical. This is what rappers do. Rappers are fucking idiots. They're from the hood. They're uneducated. They're stupid. They have no talent. That's what you're making the general public say if you're doing shit like this. If you want to make the culture look good, if you want to make the black culture look good, doing drive-bys is not the way to make the black culture look good, Kendrick. And that's the conversation nobody wants to have, but that's the facts. You are not making the culture look good by doing this, bro. I feel like they both look stupid at this point. This was fun for a while. It really was. It was fun for a while. But now we're at the point of diminishing returns. Kendrick Lamar is losing sleep over this beef, and it doesn't make him look good. Don't get it twisted. I still think Kendrick, up until this point, is winning the beef. I've already given him tons of praise. I've said that Meet the Grams is one of the greatest diss tracks of all time. I still maintain that. Drake's last response, The Heart Part 6, was booty cheeks. Do you understand me? That song is ass. That song is absolute ass. And I don't know what the fuck he was thinking when he put that out. I really, really don't. I mean, The Heart Part 6 is probably the worst Drake song I've ever heard. And to address any kind of allegations that are that serious in the way that he did, I mean, it's a veteran making a rookie move. That's ultimately what it is. Drake probably made one of the biggest missteps in his entire career by responding with The Heart Part 6. When he released Family Matters, I would say that the two best songs that we got from this beef were Family Matters and Meet the Grams. What Drake did on Family Matters is forever legendary. Family Matters as well is one of the greatest diss tracks ever. There's two beat switches. He dissed 19 fucking people as one guy. He had unlimited flows. He rapped like his fucking life was on the line. And it may be. It actually may be. If Drake would have left it at that. Because here's what Kendrick did. Drake drops Family Matters. Kendrick drops Meet the Grams. Boom. He shits on Drake's release. Then Drake took the bait and he scrambles to respond because Kendrick dropped another one after that. While Drake is scrambling to respond, Kendrick dropped another one. Drake took the bait. What Drake should have done is let Family Matters sit a little bit. Because here's what these guys are not doing. They're releasing music too fast and they're not letting the music sit. They're not letting people digest the music. Especially in Family Matters. Drake raps for 7 minutes and he's rapping fast. He's rapping fast to the point where to even understand all the disses that he put in that track, I had to pause it, look shit up, pause it, read the lyrics. He's going too fast. You can't digest all this stuff in 2 minutes like we're expected to. But when Drake dropped Family Matters, bro, he handled business. Not only was that an incredible diss, it's a great fucking song. I would be bumping that song if it wasn't a diss. That song is hard as fuck. And if you don't admit that, you're just lying. You know, I question if you even like hip hop at that point. The beats are hard as fuck. The bars are hard as fuck. The production is tight. Everything about that song is heat. But he should have just let it sit. He addressed everything on that song. Everything. That song was perfect. But he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to lose, and he thinks that continuing this is going to make him win. I would argue that walking away at this point is how Drake wins. I don't think Drake wins this by continuing anymore. And he should have quit before The Heart Part 6 came out, and I think he'll realize that in the long run. He should have quit. Not quit rapping, he just should have walked away from this beef. I've said it a million times. If I was that fucking rich, bro, you would not catch me doing some shit like this. You would not catch me arguing with people. I would be in Dubai somewhere. I would be in a country you've never even heard of if I was that rich. Why the fuck are you in Toronto wringing your fists thinking about Kendrick? Fucking Kendrick. Oh, I hate Kendrick. Who gives a fuck about Kendrick? You're a billionaire. Act like it. Go spend some fucking money. Go fuck some women. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Go enjoy your money. Kendrick Lamar lives a boring fucking life. He's got a wife and kids. He's bored. That's why he has time for this shit. Kendrick Lamar hasn't gotten laid in 20 fucking years. He's been with the same woman. Kendrick Lamar has kids. Kendrick Lamar doesn't use social media. Kendrick is bored. He has time. Kendrick has nothing but time. He never drops music. He never leaves the house. I don't know what this motherfucker does. He sits in his house in meditation pose with his fucking legs crossed. That's what Kendrick Lamar does all day. Don't fuck with the guy who's got the time, Aubrey. Don't fuck with the dude who's got the time. Kendrick Lamar has got the time. Kendrick Lamar has nowhere to be. He has nowhere to be but at his desk writing disses against you. Get on your fucking plane, shut the door, and leave. Somebody needs to tell this dude that now, because this motherfucker, this is not good. This is not fucking good, bro. And if one of the rap legends gets killed, like, I swear to God, it would be a tragedy. If Kendrick gets killed over this, it's a tragedy. If Drake loses his life over this, it's a tragedy. Nobody should lose their life over diss tracks, bro. That's stupid as fuck. That's stupid as fuck. You know, this is unbelievable, bro. Canada gun wars, never thought I'd see the day. Bro, how Americans, no offense, I love America. Honestly, I think America's the better country, but a lot of you guys are so ignorant about the rest of the world. Like, I swear, Americans have no clue about the rest of the world. They think the world revolves around them. Again, you think bullets discriminate on location? Like, you think, again, bullets don't discriminate on location. Bullets fire wherever they are. Guns fire wherever they are. You think a gun in Canada is nice, like the people? Are you fucking stupid? A gun is a gun. It doesn't matter where the gun is at. And obviously people don't know shit about Toronto. Toronto, you'll get fucking shot broad daylight like Chicago. It's not as bad. The crime rate isn't as high, but the population is not as high. The crime rate is proportionate, and that's not a good thing. Again, I love how hip-hop is the only genre where the more dangerous, the better. It's like, man, my city's better. You'll get fucking shot if you come over here, bro. We harder than you. Like, since when is that a good thing to get shot and shit? Like, I've never understood the roasting people for living in a good place. Like, why, you want me to get shot like you? You fucking, like, I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. All these comments, what the fuck? But see, it's ignorance. That's what it is. It's just complete ignorance. And there's a lot of Americans that get it. Like, I have a lot of friends in America. I'm about to go spend some time out there and shit. Like, I love America. I love America probably a little too much. But you guys, a lot of you guys are really fucking ignorant. Like, it's actually insane. Let's see what people are saying. I promise you Kendrick doesn't have anything to do with the shooting. Who the fuck are you? This dude is always on Twitter. Who the fuck is this guy? I swear, these Twitter accounts are carrying the beef. This beef might be over, he says. Kendrick Lamar won. I don't care. Say whatever you want. Euphoria, Meet the Grams, Not Like Us are untouchable diss tracks. The greatest beef I've ever witnessed in my life. Am I the only one who thinks Euphoria was actually trash? Oh, fuck. I can see the comments now. Oh, God. Oh, my God. You guys, they're going to eat me alive for that one. You don't know anything. Go ahead. I still think it's trash. How about that? I still think it's trash. Because I don't let anybody else dictate my opinions. I still think it's trash. Meet the Grams. I've said it. This is the last time I'm saying it. One of the greatest diss tracks of all time. True or not, it doesn't, like, obviously Drake doesn't have a daughter. I really wouldn't care if he did. You know, that whole angle was doo-doo. But still, Meet the Grams as a diss track is one of the best ever. One of the best ever. He deconstructed a bloodline. This dude even roasted people who don't even exist. He said, not only am I going to roast your entire bloodline, I will roast your hypothetical daughter because I would hate her too if she was born. Like, this motherfucker's a menace, bro. This dude was like, look, just to cover all my bases, not only do I hate everybody in your family, I even hate your pretend kids because the idea of you having another kid makes me fucking sick. I mean, that is... Dude needs to win a Pulitzer Prize for hating, not rapping. Kendrick Lamar needs a Guinness World Record for hating. This dude is a professional hater. Not Like Us. Not Like Us went number one because of shock value. So Kendrick knows what to say. The song's all right. I mean, the song, it's okay. But I have to think, if Kendrick dropped a song like Not Like Us, the exact same song, but it had nothing to do with Drake or this beef, I would not be listening to that song. The song is interesting because of the shock value. He has some pretty good disses in there, some pretty good bars, and he sort of packed it up like that. But yeah, I also still kind of wonder how Kendrick must feel about the fact that almost all of his number ones have come from Drake. I mean, this dude just got like 2 number ones, and they're both from Drake. It's like, and that's the funny thing that's still like, it doesn't matter what is said or done. The hit making power of this dude is, it can't, like, you can't do anything about it. You know, that's why I feel like when you're that big, like I just saw this thing yesterday. I think Drake's about to hit the record on Spotify. Yeah. So Drake is now less than 2 billion from becoming the first artist in history to earn 100 billion streams. 100 billion streams on Spotify. He's the most streamed artist of all time on the platform across all credits. So Spotify is basically his app. Like, that's like, if I had Spotify on my phone, I'd be like, that's my app. It's like his personal app. When you're that big, why are you beefing with anybody again? That's the part that I don't understand. But I think what a lot of people, including myself, underestimated is just how petty Drake is. You see, when you're petty, it's like a disease. When you're petty, it's a bottomless pit. So you could get everything you've ever wanted, but you're still thinking about that one dude who wronged you 9 years ago. You're thinking about the way that one guy looked at you as you walked in the club. You caught him out of the corner of your eye, and he kind of gave you a weird look, and you got a weird vibe from him, and you want to show that guy up. You may have $1 billion. You may have 100 billion streams. But like I say, pettiness is a disease because it's a bottomless pit. You are never satisfied. You're never satisfied. So, you know, if I was Drake, dude, I would highly recommend leaning into your strong points. You are rich. You are famous. You're relatively young enough to still enjoy these things. You are the biggest hit maker on the planet Earth. You don't need to win this beef. Whether he wins this beef or not, he's still that guy. You know, what Kendrick is trying to do is he's trying to frame it like he's not that guy, but he is that guy. And, you know, when he tried to, Kendrick too, he tried to deconstruct his affiliations with all these other rappers, which was really interesting to me too. Basically saying, you know, Young Thug never fucked with you, Travis never fucked with you, Savage never fucked with you. I mean, that's all complete cap. I mean, let's be honest, man. If we're being completely honest, the idea that Drake somehow doesn't have respect for hip hop or hip hop culture is completely ludicrous. I would be willing to say Drake is probably one of the biggest fans and supporters of hip hop ever. You know, he knows his shit. He knows all of the fucking hip-hop culture, old school, new school, East Coast, West Coast, Middle America, South. He's fucking rocked with all those artists. He's done his homework. He's done, stuff, from DJ Screw to Bun B to Lil Wayne to fucking Ye to all these dudes. He's shown respect. He's done collabs. The idea that he somehow doesn't have love for the game or these people is ridiculous. It's just absurd. Because if you really think about it, Drake doesn't even have to rap. You know, if he really didn't have a respect for rap at this point, he wouldn't be rapping. He would just, if he really was such a pop star, he would just go make pop songs, right? So while I do think Drake has a lot of wrong things, like there's a lot of bad things I think about both of these artists, if we're being honest. But disrespect for hip hop and his peers is not one of them. Nobody has put more people on in rap than Drake. Coming from Canada, we get things a little late over here. We get things a little late. Nobody out here was rocking with Lil Durk before that Drake feature. Nobody knew who Lil Durk was out here. Nobody knew who Lil Baby was out here before that feature. Again, Americans think that the world revolves around them. You guys know Lil Baby. You guys have been knowing Lil Baby since the beginning. We don't, though. A lot of these artists, Block Boy, look at all these artists that Drake put on, bro. We didn't know them. The rest of the world didn't really know them either that much. Again, I'm not saying Lil Durk was a small artist. He had fans, but he wasn't a household name until that feature. He wasn't. And he will tell you the same thing. So the disrespect towards this man and how much he's actually put people on is the one thing that sours me about this, because you're full of shit. If these dudes really thought he was that whack, they wouldn't have taken all these opportunities that he gave them. Rick Ross, especially. Look at Rick Ross. Dude doesn't have one fucking successful song without a Drake feature, and he's out here talking shit. Like, boy, I would shut the fuck up and say thank you. Shut up, hop on a treadmill, go refill your Ozempic prescription, and shut the fuck up. Because you obviously need this, dude. And if you didn't, you wouldn't have used him. Simple and plain, bro. Simple and fucking plain. I'm going to do another search just to see if there's anything new. Of course, this is a completely brand new case here that is, this is a case that is just emerging now. But as of now, it looks like Drake's security guard was shot inside of his house. Let me find the crime scene photos. Ack will probably have them. Fucking Academics is like the fucking CNN for rap beef. You just got to go straight to Ack. Shout out Ack. Here's the photos. So check this out. Now, they're trying to play it like this happened outside. But Drake's front door has been sealed off with crime scene tape. This is exclusive photos obtained, I guess, by Keep Six Solid on Twitter. Yeah, something's not adding up here. I don't think they could get in this compound though. Like, we got to find pictures of the. We got to find pictures of like the fence. Yeah. So check this out. These are the gates. So you see the wall there on the side? That wall is all around the property, and then those are the massive gates. How you're not getting in there? How the fuck are you getting in there, bro? Like, you'd have to do like Scarface, Tony Montana, 100 Colombians. I don't know how you're gonna get in there. Let's look at his neighbors too. So there's this neighborhood, by the way, is all rich, old, like white people. So, like I said, Canada doesn't really have rappers like that. So Drake is the first big rapper from Canada. So this neighborhood here, Drake's property. Then we have Milton Winberg. Who's Milton Winberg? Next to him. Boy, this dude's pissed. Milton Winberg. He's a fucking premium group. We make square deals. So he's a financier. Like, you know, the old rich white people are pissed that there's this fucking rap beef going on in their fucking neighborhood, man. Like, they're like, what the fuck? So Milton Winberg lives next door to the shooting, dude. Navin and Sarla. What the fuck? Sarla Shandaria. This is the neighbor to his other side. Oh, fuck off, Guardian. They don't want me to look at it. The point is this. These guys are all rich, and they're not in the rap world. Gordon Lightfoot lives up the street as well, who's a Canadian music legend. So again, man, this is why I'm saying Toronto does not want this shit going on, especially in this neighborhood, because this neighborhood pays most of their taxes. I would say that the vast majority of taxes in the city of Toronto are paid by these individuals on this street. Bridle Path. You know, having Bridle Path be considered unsafe, that's a serious problem, I would say, for the city of Toronto. Serious problem. They do not want that. Drake's London store as well was vandalized here. They not like us. London motherfuckers get down, man. I'm not even surprised. London people get down. They said London is the #1 city in the world for hip hop. Let's take a look at some more videos.
Rapper Drake, the incident occurring in the wake of Drake's ongoing beef with fellow rapper Kendrick Lamar. CP24's Courtney Heels is on the scene with more. Courtney, we see the police tape behind you. What more can you tell us?
Good morning, Marcy. I can tell you there is a pretty heavy police presence along this road. This is Park Lane Circle. It's the street that Drake lives on. This is as close to the scene as we can get. You can see they have a Toronto police van here, a couple of officers blocking the road, also yellow police tape here too. Now, Chopper 24, that's our newsroom helicopter, was able to get over Drake's home earlier. And in that video, we saw some yellow police tape in the courtyard of his home. Also some people going in and out of the house. And as you reported, that CP24 reporting there is a source confirming there was a shooting outside of his home. We do not know if Drake was home at the time, and this is all happening in the wake of this ongoing feud with another artist, Kendrick Lamar. We don't know if there's a connection here just yet. We are in touch with Toronto Police to see if they can share any more on this investigation. They are staying pretty tight-lipped, but what I can also tell you, police are sharing that they are investigating a shooting in this general area where we are. This is the Bridle Path neighborhood. Police say they were called to the Lawrence and Bayview area at about 2 in the morning. That's really close to where we are. At that time, that was a shooting investigation, and police and paramedics told us an adult, was rushed to hospital with serious injuries, and they were still looking for a suspect seen leaving the area. Now, we've reached out to police to see, okay, is that shooting that was clearly very close to that connected to this one? They're just not saying just yet. We expect an update on this pretty soon, especially given...
Hold on, they said there's another shooting?
In the morning. That's really close to where we are. At that time, that was a shooting investigation, and police and paramedics told us a man, an adult, was rushed to hospital with serious injuries, and they were still looking for a suspect seen leaving the area. Now, we've reached out to police to see, okay, is that shooting that was clearly very close to that connect?
No, I don't read the chat in rap streams. I just opened it here. I don't read the chat in rap streams because all people do is cry and complain, so I don't got no time to read the chat in rap streams.
To this one, they're just not saying just yet. We expect an update on this pretty soon, especially given the attention this is getting this morning right now. But the latest on this breaking news, a shooting outside of Drake's home happened sometime overnight. We don't have any further details. We don't know if the artist was there, but this is a pretty significant police presence in this neighborhood. Marcia, as I say, this is as close as we can get. I was actually on the other side of the road here, and again, entirely blocked off by cruisers, and we can not really see from this vantage point, but our chopper overhead was able to show us police in the courtyard of the home, and there's some yellow police tape up there too.
Okay, you've hit a couple of key points that I wanted to follow up on. So we don't know exactly what time the shooting occurred, Courtney.
Oh, no, you're good, bro. You're good, 4-7.
No, and we're kind of going off of the other update from Toronto Police with that suggestion that they did investigate a shooting overnight at about 2 in the morning in the Bayview and Lawrence area. And again, they're not saying, okay, that's close enough to hear this is the same shooting.
So there was 2 shootings in Toronto last night. Bro, what the fuck is going on right now?
Just not yet. They're staying pretty quiet on this one, so we're just waiting to get more information. But we do know this happened at the very least overnight, because first thing this morning, this is what neighbors in this residential area, I guess you could say, this is a very affluent neighborhood that we're in. They woke up to this heavy police presence, and obviously a lot of questions about what happened too.
Yeah, and to that, and I know you've just arrived on the scene, and for our viewers across the country, you kind of touched on it there too. This is an affluent neighborhood, but it's pretty open. Yeah. Everybody knew where Drake lived. Yeah. There is a lot of...
That is the one thing about this neighborhood that's always confused me, by the way. We know that there's this area in Toronto where all the rich people live, and it's not gated. Guys, get some fucking gates up. Like, what is this? Get some fucking gates up, dude. How many times would this have happened in Los Angeles if there were not gated communities? How many people would have pulled up on Kanye? How many people would have been pulled up on at this point if there were no gates? Put a fucking gate up. Yeah, dude, I can only imagine the security at his place now.
Space between the houses. The homes are mansions. Have you had a chance to speak to anyone? Are people able to leave the neighborhood and drive out? Are things blocked off? Set more of the scene for us there, please. Again, for the benefit of our viewers across the country who aren't familiar with this area, we know in Toronto is the Bridle Path.
Yeah, so anybody who lives in the Toronto area likely is pretty familiar with this neighborhood, Bridle Path, big mansions. It's a gorgeous neighborhood, a lot of space between these homes too. In terms of the actual location where Drake lives as well, it is well known. A lot of people know he lives on this street right behind me here. As for talking to neighbors, I haven't just yet. Keep in mind, it's not as simple as kind of knocking on doors. I mean, I literally have to go up giant driveways, and I will do that. We just arrived here because this is a story that...
Yeah, right. As if I want anybody knocking on my fucking door if there's shootings going on outside. I wouldn't recommend walking up on anybody's driveway when there's shootings going on. What the fuck? Get yourself shot.
And I will do that. We just arrived here because this is a story that really broke only 45 minutes or so ago. So we wanted to get here, of course, first to give you this perspective. There are some homes along here, Marcia, that I see are within the yellow police tape. So I'll keep an eye out, of course, to see if anybody's going in and out. Other homes in the area, there's no impact there. Many, once they do come out of their home, they'll likely see this because the whole road is blocked off.
Okay, great reporting.
For anybody who's just joining, man, this is reporting coming out of Canada. Drake's Toronto mansion was the victim of what is alleged to be a drive-by shooting, which is now seeming like it may have been closer to a raid. Police tape blocking off Drake's front door, which is, of course, past the gates of his house, meaning someone may have made it past the gates. There was one person who was shot, a security guard who was outside of the home, who is currently in critical condition. And now there's reports that there was a second shooting nearby in Toronto. So 2 shootings in Toronto last night. let's look at some more reporting here. This is pretty surreal. This is pretty fucking surreal. Not in a good way.
In the home or was in the home last night, Natasha.
Jesus, that's fucking loud. God.
Or exactly where on the property the shooting took place, whether it was inside the home, on the front lawn, outside on the street, or where exactly it took place. A source has told CBC News the person that was shot was a security guard, and that police were told that that person was unconscious and had received a gunshot wound to the upper chest. And again,
ooh. Bro, the security's lucky to be alive. Shot in the chest?
And that person was rushed to hospital. We understand they underwent some kind of surgery. We don't have an update on that person's condition what the state is of their health right now. Those are all the details we know so far. Now, again, police obviously on scene. We're hoping they'll give us a bit of an update as soon as possible so we can learn more about what happened here early this morning.
Well, one of the questions it's raising, Megan, is, of course, Drake has already been in the headlines. I don't know how closely everyone's been following this, but if you follow hip hop or if you're following entertainment news, Drake has been in this ongoing battle, this rap feud with Kendrick Lamar. So tell us about that a bit.
Yeah, and that's really been heating up over the last few days. It's a feud that's been going on for years, but it really has ramped up in the last couple of days with both musicians releasing multiple tracks aimed at each other.
She knows what's up. She fucked with it. She was listening to Meet the Grams. She had Family Matters on repeat. She's like, honey, I know about the beef. Trust me. Trust me.
Few days. It's a feud that's been going on for years, but
she said years. I'm fucking dead. I didn't know CBC was cool like that.
Tell us about that a bit.
Yeah, and that's really been heating up over the last few days. It's a feud that's been going on for years, but it really has ramped up in the last couple of days with both musicians releasing multiple tracks aimed at each other, containing lyrics with pretty ugly personal insults. One of the songs that Kendrick Lamar released when he put it out on his social media channels, the cover art for that track included an image of this house behind me, of Drake's house, an aerial shot.
That's right.
Now, it's pretty well known that Drake has a mansion in Toronto, in this area of Toronto, but that image of his exact house had been put out by Kendrick Lamar. And again, both artists taking shots at each other through their lyrics, very ugly feud that has had a lot of people talking in recent days. And then this shooting at the house earlier this morning. Now, there is absolutely no evidence to suggest that feud is connected to what happened here last night, but people online certainly who do follow the two rappers are certainly talking about it, and quite likely that'll be one of the questions for police if they speak to us this morning, Natasha.
CBC.
There you go. Reporting coming out of Toronto as Drake's mansion was the target of a shooting. There is one person in critical condition who just underwent surgery. His security guard who was shot in the chest. Reports coming out now that there was a second shooting in the area in Toronto last night. The area obviously not looking safe for Drake or really not anybody. This is definitely a bad situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. My question is this: how does this end? Do you think, I really hope it doesn't end with further violence. This is actually this isn't even really fun anymore, bro. I gotta be honest. This is not fun anymore. It's a shame. Let me see what you guys are saying. Drake is with Diddy. Probably be safer where Diddy is. Drake was inside safe the whole time. He was chilling. I hope so. Diddy diddled you when you were 4. I believe that. Drake got to say something soon, right? I hope he doesn't say anything. I think it's time to stop saying things. That's honestly what I think. Stop saying things. Go enjoy your money. Hi from Nova Scotia. Hi, Nova Scotia. Shout out to you. We're going to keep looking for situation or for information on the situation, guys. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck else to look at. Oh, yeah. You know what I wanted to look at? Somebody was saying in the chat that Metro Boomin got exposed. I wanted to look up those images here because apparently the tweets that Metro Boomin was deleting. Again, this dude is a notorious tweet and deleter. He is the king tweet and deleter. And apparently Twitter Fingers is back at it again, deleting tweets. Let's see what Metro Boomin has been exposed for this time. It says, Metro Boomin deleting his weird tweets is crazy. So I guess Kendrick is working with a pedo to diss another pedo. What is that? What? Let's look at these deleted tweets from Metro. I'm trying to tell Oomph that age ain't nothing but a number. What? What the fuck? I'm about to be on my chat. Is this real?
What did he say?
That's kind of creepy. What's the next one? She gonna suck me whether she like it or not. That's what the Molly for. What the fuck? Oh, hell no. Bro went on his Rick Ross shit. Put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know it. I always knew Metro Boomin was a punk, though. Bro, this girl is 13. I'll beat the charge. What the fuck? Metro Boomin, a self-proclaimed pedo. That's crazy. Bro thought they weren't going to find this? Damn. It's really the ones who accuse you who are the ones who are actually guilty. That's crazy. She might be young, but she ready. Bro, what the fuck? What? Pedo Boomin. Metro Boomin wants some more. Children. That's what he wants more of. If young Metro does trust you, I'm going to shoot you. I'm concerned if he does trust you. What the fuck? These are all old tweets. Somebody's saying, did he get hacked? These are 2011. Hold on. I got to plug my computer in. I got to plug my shit in. Because this is wild now. I didn't think I'd be on stream for this long, but fuck it. Let's keep going. Walking through the grocery store with both hands in my khakis like a true pedophile. Bro. Nah, Metro's done. Metro's finished. Is this real? Bro. And I'm tweeting via web like a fucking child. What the fuck? I am speechless. I am absolutely speechless, bro. I always let my sister get on Facebook from my laptop, but this shit just gotta stop. She gonna have your boy on MSNBC with Chris Hansen. What? What? No, it's over. No way. It is over. Are you guys seeing this shit? Baby sister over here smacking, ready to suck my Oh, bro. No. Metro Weinstein. Metro Epstein. Why is it that the people accusing others of shit are the ones doing the shit? Suck the dick or get the fuck out, he says. How many tweets are there? This is the worst one. I'll beat the charge. She's 13. I'll beat the charge. Is crazy. Bro, Metro Boomin is cooked. Guys, these are all deleted tweets that Metro Boomin took down last night, proving he's a fucking pedo. Got your little sister on the mollies. She done ran through the whole squad. Bro, she trying to throw molestation charges at me, B. I can't be a pedophile at 15. Dude. Nah, this is crazy. Hey, what did Drake say on Family Matters? The darkest secrets are coming to light. That's what he said on Family Matters. The darkest secrets are coming to light. I mean, look, he deserves it, bro. You can't be throwing around accusations, calling people a pedophile and shit if you got fucking skeletons in your closet, bro. First of all, those are potentially career-ending allegations that these dudes are throwing around like it's fucking for fun. I don't think that's cool either, because that plays into cancel culture. That plays into guilty until proven innocent, and that is bitch-made activity. If you are trying to convict somebody of crimes with no evidence, you are a fucking bitch-made. Like, period. You can't be calling people pedophiles, saying, you know, it's just as bad as some woman saying, oh, this guy touched me 10 years ago, and it's not true. It's just as bad. You can't be saying shit like this if it's not true. But if you're saying shit like this, and you're a fucking pedo, nah, it's over. Fuck Metro Boomin. I'm going to say it now. I never fucked with this guy. He's incredibly talented. I'll give him that. But he moves like a hoe. Like, if you look at the fucking tweets, he's constantly deleting tweets. He's constantly going back on what he says. He never stands on business. And now he's a fucking child molester. A self-proclaimed pedophile. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this shit. She might be young, but she ready. If Young Metro trusts you, I'm going to shoot you. That's ridiculous. Well, there you go, man. The hypocrisy is absolutely stunning, bro. The hypocrisy is just on a whole new level. We covered a lot so far today, guys. Drake's mansion being shot up. Security guard shot in the chest. Drake now MIA. We don't know where he's at. We don't know if he's still in the country. He may have fled. Like I say, my closing thoughts on the shooting are this. If Drake is anywhere near Toronto right now, he needs to leave. And I don't think he should come back for a long time. What would work against him, in my opinion, this is just one man's opinion, would be if he tries to play chicken with them. Like, he tries to act like he's not scared, and like they're playing chicken to see who's scared first. Somebody's going to get hurt. So, yeah. I wonder, Drake probably feels bad too, because he said, people from the West Coast do fades. Come get this ass whooping. I'm handing them out. That's what he said on Family Matters, right? He invited them to come and, catch a fade over at his property. He invited them because he thought he would never get touched. Maybe I think this is a good lesson for the public that nobody's invincible, bro. You can only hide behind your money for so long. You can only hide behind your money for so long. And I think that's what we're learning here today. Money ain't gonna save you forever, bro. Unless you use it wisely and you leave. Use it wisely and leave. I don't want to come on stream and say Drake dead at 37. I don't. I genuinely don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Get on your plane and leave. Pretty simple. I mean, it's not hard to do. He has a plane, does he not? Get the fuck on that motherfucker and leave. What do you guys think, bro? Why did J. Cole bag out? I think I said this on one of the other streams, but like I just did it on my phone, so the quality was shit, so I'll say it again. I was completely wrong about J. Cole. I completely take back everything I said. When J. Cole apologized, I went on record saying it was the worst mistake of his entire career. As this beef goes on, I completely take it back. J. Cole looks like the smartest person in this entire rap beef right now because he avoided this drama, because he avoided this hell. He avoided whatever skeletons may be in his closet being brought into the light. I think he saw into the future how bad this was going to be somehow. I think J. Cole has intuition, and I think J. Cole is a smart motherfucker. I also think J. Cole is familiar with Kendrick's game. I think he knows Kendrick better. So I think J. Cole has a better understanding of Kendrick Lamar when it comes to the art of war than the general public does or even Drake does. I had no clue, and even Ack was saying this on a stream the other day. I think most of us had no clue how Kendrick would like be during the art of war. This motherfucker is crazy. I don't think we realize how crazy Kendrick Lamar really is. This motherfucker, the short dude, is not to be fucked with. Period. The short dude is not to be fucked with. He is insane. I'm actually impressed. Like, I have never seen some shit like this in my life. And I think J. Cole, having known Kendrick on an intimate level for years, I think they're pretty close. They were pretty close. I think he has an understanding of Kendrick during the art of war. And look, when you look at the Black Friday track, if we go back and do our homework and we look at the Black Friday track where Kendrick rapped on a Cole beat and Cole rapped on a Kendrick beat, Kendrick washed him. Kendrick washed Cole on his own beat, period. He washed him. So I think J. Cole has been in this thing with Kendrick, this back and forth, kind of for a long time. So I think he has a better understanding of what it's like to go against Kendrick. And he was smart to bow out. That's what I will say about J. Cole. He looks better every day. He looks fucking better every day. Drake is a hip-hop artist and Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. Drake should have backed out. I don't know. Drake is a rapper, but he's not winning right now. Kendrick is whack. I don't think Kendrick is whack. I mean, I don't think that's accurate. So racist? Who's racist? Drake's house is so big, that's where he's safest. One security got shot, he has 5. Yeah, well, let's hope it stays safe. That's all I'm saying. Can you go on YouTube? Why? Why would I? What do you mean? I'm just reading the chat here. I don't know what some of these messages mean. Yeah, guys, this is fucking crazy. Like I say, I hope that we don't lose anybody over this. At the end of the day, look, it doesn't matter how you feel about it. Kendrick Lamar and Drake are both like generational talents. They're absolutely cemented for the rest of hip hop history. They will forever be legendary in their own right. It doesn't matter how you feel about either one of them. They are both cemented. They are both cemented as two of the greats, two of the best to ever do it forever. So it would really be sad to see another situation where two great talents go against each other and then one of them is dead or both. That is just not how this should end, bro. It can't end like that. It can't. Like Kendrick said on Meet the Grams, this was supposed to be a fun exhibition within the game. This was supposed to be fun. This was supposed to be a sparring match. This isn't supposed to be war where people die. This is not. And I imagine like one of these guys dies and it's like, how did they die? Over a rap beef. Fucking pathetic, dude. Like, let's get real. It's fucking pathetic. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This is pretty crazy, bro. This is pretty crazy. Let's check if there's any more information that we can look at this time. Again, I'm going to the CNN of hip hop. Looks like AK doesn't have any new info at this point. Let's see if is AK on. See if you can give us a little scoop. If you guys are enjoying the stream, man, please hit that subscribe button. I'm live almost every single day. I've covered pretty much every single day of this beef, so make sure to hit that subscribe down below. I'm still a growing streamer. I appreciate you guys being locked in, tapped in with me. We're putting the pieces together, man. Doesn't look like Academics is live now. I was going to see if we could maybe try to get like an in real-time scoop as to what's going on, but I think it's just going to have to be... It's just going to have to be another stream. That's probably what it's going to have to be. We'll hop back on later tonight. I'm sure some new developments will come out. Let me know what you guys think down below.